Wait, did a Democrat just defend Trump's war strategy on Iran? This is the moment that's breaking party lines and exposing what both sides don't want to admit.
Did the administration detail what the end game is here, about when this war may actually end and how they plan to achieve their objective?
I'm saying I think we can all agree. Find a senator in here that says we should never allow Iran to acquire a nuclear bomb. Have you know anyone that says they're okay with them having a nuclear weapon? I haven't met any of them. So for me, this entire thing was that end game is make sure that's destroyed, I'm sure. That's part of it, make sure there's no way they could ever acquire a nuclear bomb. And it seems that. And then also the other missile technologies for that. So everything that I've heard there, to me, it just essentially there's no new shocking kinds of news or any of it.
But wasn't the nuclear program set back in June when when the attacks initially happened? Why did this additional attack need to happen?
Well, that's part of the brief.
What did they tell you?
Senator, are you comfortable with the fact that Congress was left out of the decision-making process?
Well, what does the War Powers Resolution in 73 say? It says that the president has to provide 48 hours of notification, and he's done that. And then they have up to 60 days, perhaps a 30 days extension. And there's no boots on the ground, and it's been into 100 hours so far. So where has anything been broken or they haven't made every standard?
How do you describe the fact that how do you describe the fact that you're the only Senate Democrat, though, with that position?
Because I'm the Democrat. I'm aware that it's pretty toxic for a Democrat to say I happen to agree with the president on really anything at this point. But again, find someone that opposes this, saying they've all said we can never allow Iran to acquire a nuclear bomb. Then and that seems like that's happening. Why can't you just acknowledge that's a good thing? Why not? No. Why can't? Why can't you just say that? It's like this is 47 years. It's like sanctions and treaties and all kinds of other negotiations and everything. Nothing's worked, and that's the case. So why can't we all just say the world is safer and it's more just now because of that? What this happens? You don't have to agree on everything, but it's like, yes, I'm the only Democrat because I'm not afraid of my base to just say, you know what, this was overall a good thing. You don't have to agree on everything. So I'm going to be honest. So, why can't you just acknowledge that one of the most evil people on the face of the earth was erased? That's a good thing.
Can't you do both? Can't you do both? And I think there are questions about the scope of the operation moving forward, how long it will last. 6 service members have already been killed.
No one knows exactly how long how it's going to last overall. That's who knows. But really, that's also what's really also undeniable is that Iran has seriously been degraded. If they have a big shot to shoot, they would have done it by now, and they haven't. And now, really, all of this other kinds of small things, they're just cheap drones being fired off at random nations there. If anything, they continue to isolate themselves. If anything, you could see a good opportunity to now move them more towards Abraham Accords. There are these small things, but where is all of things beyond those small kinds of things? Overall, Iran has been effectively degraded in a way where they really have limited, if any, capabilities at this point.
Senator, why should Congress assert its constitutional role and actually vote to declare war the way it did with Iraq and Afghanistan?
The last war we've actually declared was World War II.
No, Iraq and Afghanistan. They were AUMF.
Afghanistan. Okay, so for me right now, what is it now? The War Powers Resolution, 60 days, and we're 100 hours into this. Now, what's at this point?
Do you support the regime?
And also, I want to say on this, it's like, we can't keep our government open. We've shut it down for 45 days, and now the entire DH thing is shut down. We can't even maintain our core responsibilities to keep our government open. So right now.
Senator, would you change your position on war powers in terms of a ground invasion into Iran?
What? No, I'm saying it's like this is.
Should the U.S. have done more to protect Americans who are now stranded abroad? Israel received a warning on Friday before this attack for an authorized departure there, but there are many Americans in other countries now without.
Anything else?
Senator, do Americans have anything to be concerned about with regard to retaliation here domestically? Any cells that we need to worry about? Anything?
I don't have any specific kinds of intelligence on that, of course, but our DHS system is shut down, so that's probably not great timing for that. And again, I'm the only Democrat that votes that's wrong to do that. Yeah, we all want to make some changes on ICE, but we all know that won't have any impact what they've done, and now it's shut down.
Do you support regime change inside Iran?
What?
Do you support regime change inside Iran by President Trump?
Well, I thought that's part of, I mean, a regime change. It's like the top 55 of them were killed, and I think they just blew up 80 of the randoms mullahs, too. Which, I mean, that was pretty great, actually. So, all right.
Let's be very clear about what just happened here. John Fetterman just did something that is almost unheard of in today's political climate. He openly backed a major military action tied to Donald Trump, and then challenged his own party to admit it might be effective. But here's the real issue. This isn't just about Iran. It's about accountability, truth, and how far politics has drifted from honest debate. Fetterman's argument is simple. If everyone agrees Iran should never get a nuclear weapon, then why not acknowledge actions that move toward that goal? On the surface, that sounds reasonable, but dig deeper and things get complicated fast. Because what's missing here is the core question no one in power wants to answer. Was there an imminent threat? Or was this a strategic gamble? Even intelligence discussions around Iran have repeatedly shown uncertainty, not urgency. And that matters. Because under the War Powers Resolution, timing and justification are everything. Saying we have 60 days is not the same as proving why action was necessary right now. Fetterman leans into effectiveness. Iran is degraded. Their response is limited. The region may shift diplomatically. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Military success does not automatically equal strategic success, and short-term gains can create long-term consequences. We've seen this before, in Iraq, in Afghanistan, and now the real divide isn't Republican versus Democrat, it's this. Are we making decisions based on evidence, or are we justifying them after the fact? Because when leaders start saying, why can't you just admit this is a good thing, that's when critical thinking starts getting replaced by political pressure. And that's dangerous, no matter which side you're on.